Hey guys, Grebo Bros here, and today we're with Jack Walker, who came top 64 at UK Nationals 2018. You were playing, obviously, True Draco, Rocky Shocky and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, what were your matchups through the day?
Mostly Sky Strikers. I played one fair higher in round 2.
Oh, I played him in the scrub tables in round 10, I think.
I also played some pure Trickstars, a couple of pure Sky Strikers, and...
Oh, you had a feature match?
I did. I had a feature match against pure Sky Trickstars.
Pure Trickstars.
I 2-0'd him rather swiftly. Happy days.
Go watch that on Twitch.
Yeah. Me, all the comments that I was...
promote other people's channels.
Sorry?
You're not supposed to promote other people's channels.
Oh, well,
Twitch.
Anyway.
Yeah, the matchup's really good. I like the Sky Striker matchup. It's quite back and forth with this deck in terms of their engines and the way they keep the resources going. They can't really kill you, so that's good for me. And I just sit behind floodgates and hope for the best.
Fair enough. Do you want to walk us through the deck profile and talk a lot of shit for the next few minutes?
Monsters.
Yep.
So, as ever, 2 in mono auto. I don't like 3. It's quite cloggy.
Yep.
Like you draw 2 after Mars, it's kind of bad. So I also play 3 Call by the Grave, which is pretty much the same thing. So 2 of this, because it's good to see, and it's good if you go in second, just a summon, and then you can start doing your plays anyway. But I think 3 is a bit cloggy, so 2 is probably the best.
Yep.
MVP of the deck, best card by far.
So obviously Masterpiece got banned, and then this came back.
Yeah.
So did that help balance it out at all?
Yeah, certain apocalypse from deck. Obviously when you're drawing loads of cards, you're probably going to have another trap set anyway, so it's a disruption. And then Dynamite with the Dual Majesty means you can search for the monster, activate the trap from deck, and then you've got an extra summon for an Ignis or another Majesty.
Yeah.
You've got the interruption from the Apocalypse, and then you can chain the Apocalypse on your own spell card to MST essentially. So that's pretty good. If they go Light Stage or on an end phase Widow Anchor kind of thing. So that's anything in the Sky Striker match. Widow Anchor can be a bit of an issue.
Yep.
And then on top of it, 2 Ignis. Truthfully, I probably would have bumped Ignis down to 1. Maybe play 3 Majesty instead. It's not really feared as much as the others. Adding a spell, your opponent just doesn't really mind.
Yep.
It's good for the the advantage and the consistency and getting your engine going. But if he has a way to deal with the monsters, he's not scared of your spells by that point.
Yeah.
So it's a good card, but it's just not as prevalent.
What made you play this deck, by the way?
I played the deck since it came out. It's still really good. I would say Dynamite's really important. Hence I don't play Desires. I feel like it's not worth banishing the Dynamite, because without the Dynamite it loses a lot of disruption and just interaction with the opponent. You can't seem to do a lot. So I don't run Desires, and I love the deck. It's still pretty fun. There's lots of niche little things you can do outside of its rather linear strategy of just draw, shuffle, draw. So for spells, there's a fair few.
A fair few?
Yeah. So obviously 3 Terraforming.
Yeah.
I usually find out if I was going first, I'd side out Terraforming. Siding was really difficult.
Not much space.
Yeah, not much space. There's not much space in the side deck, but what to take out. Because I built this deck to play Sky Striker and Trickstar Sky Striker.
You didn't see much.
I saw quite a few. But it's just hard to know what to take out and put in. Obviously it's a consistency card and you want to see the diagram, but at the same time, I found myself drawing multiple Terraforming sometimes with one diagram, and it's
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'd still play 3 in the main. Just you want to see it. Game 1, you have a really good matchup because they don't really have outs to your floodgates as such, and you can just kill them with 3 diagram in 1 turn. It can be really good. You get 3 draws of heritage, and you just plus so much that you just out abuse them.
I think it's impressive you managed to talk about Terraforming for a minute.
3 diagram.
Yep.
Really good card. Just searches you everyone. Get your dynamite out as quickly as possible. 3, a really skillful card. Card of Demise.
MVP.
Yeah. Well, that and Dynamite. Yeah. This and a mono auto is just really good. I had one guy who impermanents my Amano, so he could ash this, and I had to cover the grave anyway, and was like, alright then.
You ain't getting anywhere, boy.
No, but I'd happily take that at 2 for 2. 3 heritage, obviously just
draws.
Yeah, draws, gets you an additional summon, pop spell and trap, and 3 disciples. Again, the shuffling's really good. I prefer the disciples over the heritage, because obviously with Dynamite you're using your traps a lot and you're sending a lot to graves, so disciples becomes a lot more prevalent with this.
Nice.
Just your shuffling, it helps keep Dynamite live and you're consistently going in your pops. 3 Caught by the Grave, really good against Sky Strikers for Ray, even if they don't use the effect to link summon in. Like, if you attack over their guy, you can just Caught by the Grave before the damage set, get rid of Ray, and they just lose like quite a bit of consistency. And then you have like the Monarch's Erupt or the Rivalry or the anti-spell, and they pretty much just kind of stall for a turn, and you just get so much resources from that. And then obviously, like, if you don't see the Mano, hand traps, and just like it's good against various rogue decks as well. Like, I played a guy with Diabolos in his deck, and that was just difficult.
Was that was the guy we had just on before? So
and then double duality. I bumped it down to 2 more for deck space. It's kind of hard to fit everything in to 40 cards. And seeing multiples of this sometimes is pretty bad, so I just run it at 2. You've got a pretty good draw engine with the True Dracos anyway, so I wouldn't have bumped it up to 3.
Yeah.
And then traps, 3 Apocalypse, obviously just really good card. It's an MST, tribute summon, and yeah, you just loop this with your Dynamite, and then obviously you 1 return as well. Just a really good card, just sometimes just to save you, just reborn a guy, and then you can always tribute the guy off. Twice actually it happened where I played 3 Rivalry, under my own Rivalry, I had to tribute my own Mano to unlock myself essentially. So it kind of fucked me over a bit, but 3 Rivalry is really good against Sky Strikers. Like, they go Hornet Drone, summon token. It was really against Fair High, the one I played. Mech Knights Invoked, I played one of them, and it was pretty good against them. He made a Mech Knight guy, and then when Invocation, I just chained that, and like, really good card, just soars out. You just got to be careful to lock yourself out with a Mono Auto. 2 Monarch's Erupt. I like this card. I decided to play it over Skill Drain because Skill Drain negates your guy's effects, and you don't really get your engine going with it. Obviously, this has the condition you have to have a tribute summon monster, but like you want to have a tribute summon monster on anyway. So I just feel like it's better than Skill Drain just to keep your engine going. I wouldn't play 3 simply because it's not the best against Sky Strikers. I'd rather see like Rivalry or Anti-Spell or Order. Like, it stuns them, it doesn't really shut them off as such. So I think 2 is a good shout. I wouldn't have bumped it up anymore, but at the same time. 2 Anti-Spell. Again, deck space was really thin, and I felt like Rivalry was better than Anti-Spell because Rivalry can just stall them for a couple of turns, whereas Anti-Spell is 1, and then it can just go again. And like, if they have like the outs and stuff. So I would have tried and make this a 3, but truthfully 2 seemed to work pretty well today. 1 Judgment, just negate. It's really good.
Did that not hinder you with the life point procedures?
I sided out in 2 and 3. My side deck choices for most time were like side and red reboot, so I'd side this out. Just because, like, if anyone makes me go second, like, this is a really dead card. And like, yeah, life point procedures paying half my life. My deck doesn't really ham in quite well, so. And then 1 Order, it killed me 1 game. This was my own fault. And then
Killed you?
Yeah, I basically just sat there, I didn't draw any monsters, and I just sat there and burned myself to death.
Okay.
I mean, he was Sky Striker, so he couldn't do anything either, but I couldn't do anything either. It was a 2-way in, and I just scooped, and then won game 3, so.
Fair play.
It also won me a couple of games against Sky Strikers. Like, with an established board, this is probably the best card.
So you're going to keep it, you'd keep it in you?
Yeah. I think it's still really good.
Nice.
With the established board, obviously. Side deck, 3 reboot, evenly matched. This deck dies to it.
Yep.
Like, if they even, like, especially with Demise, you're playing all your deck, they go evenly, you need an out. I played this with a wire tap. You can activate it from hand, so if you side it thinking they're going to go evenly, and like Trick Stars go first and set the reincarnation, you can play it from hand. Like, paying half life isn't grim, it isn't great, but if you're, if you're negating the reincarnation, you've got a pretty good hand. You can just, and you don't care about the trap they set because you just pop, 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 and then you can just go from there. So I like the utility of it over wire tap. It was really good. Sided it in pretty much every game. Good. The 1 warning, just an extra card to go first.
Very pretty warning.
Yeah, I didn't know what else to put in all fairness. It was just I had 1 space, and the 1 warning was really good, just for going first against decks that maybe like Rogue and stuff. Double Cyclone.
Just the 2?
Yeah, 3. I don't really have space for 3, and like my spells and traps, like my spells can deal with their back row.
Oh yeah, you can pop stuff.
I thought about signing this in against Sky Strikers, but space was so tight. I just put the 3 reboot in for evenly and said, like, basically just went, can your engine beat mine? And it did for most of it. 3 shared ride for Goki, which I never saw, so I didn't actually play them at all. But yeah. 3 Ash for
You have to.
if your opponent makes, if you think your opponent's making go first, or if you for some reason, like there are some special circumstances where you play and you think I want to go second rather than first. Sliding it in, like if you see it first turn, it's pretty good. See what demise that well. But yeah, and then if there was one game against Spiral where I didn't know what he was playing, he just scooped like after like 2 turns. I didn't see what he was playing. I decided 3 of these in when they're good against anything, whatever he does at this point.
Yeah.
And then 3 Sphere mode for Goki and
Which you didn't see.
yeah, Goki and just anything that spams out like ridiculous boards. Maybe Spiral, but
Did you? So obviously you don't have evening match, but would you prefer evening match of this, or did this come in better? Or?
I feel like this is better against Goki because they make Tri-Gate board. I just want to be able just to slap it. Like I don't want to have to bait out the Tri-Gate with like a diagram or something that's worth negating. I'd rather just like slap that on the table and then just go diagram and just continue to go off.
Fair enough.
And like my deck can play this quite well because obviously I have the spells to tribute summon, so like my normal summon isn't really wasted. The only thing it does conflict with would be a mono.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'd probably side the monos out if I was going to put these in, and just play the 3 Core by the Graves for hand traps.
Fair enough.
But and then obviously no extra deck because of the Rupt.
Fair enough. So any last comments about the deck or the tournament in general?
I think the deck's all really prominent. The interruption's really good, and there aren't too many aggressive decks out there. I feel like if I played any Goki, I might have struggled a bit more of a matchup. It's probably my worst matchup out of all of them, and just side carefully because you have pretty much good game 1s against most of the meta at the moment, but game 2 and 3 is when you really have to grind. Yeah, like you have to play around the evenlies, the twin twisters, any back row removal, and stuff like that. So evenly especially is just when you have to sit around. Maybe like there was times when I was holding demise for like 2 turns and just waiting. And just yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.